Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about starting over. Starting over, whether it is with a career, whether it is in love, whether it is with your health or your finances. Maybe you're relocating from one state to another, whether it's a job or a spouse's job. Maybe you're a widow and your children are in another state and now you're going to relocate there. Or whether it's education, certainly when you're going from high school to college, that's starting over. But there's a lot of times in life where us more seasoned adults, we're required to go back and gain education and, some special training so that we can continue to advance in our careers. My situation is one that's certainly been common to many. At 52 years old, I was let go and I had to start all over. And I had to make a decision. Do I continue in a career that doesn't fulfill me, that doesn't bring me the joy that I desire in life, that doesn't provide the sense of purpose that I'm looking for? And do I, make the decision to continue to do something that maybe pays the bills, but there's no internal satisfaction? Whether it is in a relationship, maybe a marriage that you thought would last forever, somebody that you were going to grow old with and raise your grandchildren with, and maybe by no choice of your own, that is no longer the situation, however that came to be. And you are, 40, 50, 60. And certainly that can be scary. But guys, this too shall pass and it will be okay. Whether it is a health crisis that happened and left you, possibly debilitated in some way, and you are now learning a new normal. You're trying to figure out how to cope with this. We're going to talk about how, no matter what the situation, financial, a disruption financially. Maybe you've had a spouse that was sick, something that devastated your finances, and now you are left to rebuild and start over at 40, 50, 60, 70. And that certainly can be intimidating. Certainly can come with a lot of fear. So I want to talk about, in my journey of starting over at 52, some of the battles that I have had to confront and have a way to look at these things that, gave me the leverage. First of all, starting over is not a bad thing. Discovering something new is actually fun. And in my journey of entrepreneurship, because I made the decision not to go back into an unfulfilling career, I made the decision that I'm going to live out the purposes of God for my life. I'm going to work out of me what's on the inside of me. And while I'm in a stage, I consider this stage of darkness because I'm, covered in, it's like a plant when it's planted in the new soil and it hasn't bloomed forth yet, but it's covered in darkness. It's in exile. It's in a place where, there's not a lot of company or companionship. And it's dark, and outside of dreaming, you can't see exactly how it's going to happen. But the faith that I have that it is going to happen is what keeps me going every day. It's what keeps me pushing toward, realizing this dream that I have in my heart, making, the imaginations of my mind come to pass. So really discovering something new, guys. We are all multi-talented beings, and we all have a wealth of talents and gifts on the inside of us, whether you believe that or not, whether, you had parents tell you that or not. You do. You have some amazing amazing talents and abilities on the inside of you. And sometimes it's just about discovering what those things are so that you can begin to believe. And whether you're 40 or 50 or 60 and you still have not tapped into those, the good news is that you're still breathing. You still have an opportunity to work out the greatness that's on the inside of you. So the first mindset that we have to have is, discovering something new can be a wonderful journey that can enlighten us as we walk along this path and we learn new things about ourselves. So don't be afraid. Take it as a challenge. Run headlong into it and find out what you didn't know about yourself, all this time. The next thing I want to talk about is letting go of limiting beliefs. Guys, if we do not believe we can, we won't. It'll be in our speech. It'll be in our actions. It'll be in our mood. It'll be in the way that we show up in this world. You have got to let go of the limitations that tell you it's not possible. The limitations that tell you I'm too old. The limitations that tell you I don't know how to do it. Sometimes and most times we don't know how it's going to work out. But that's where it starts. It starts in believing in a plan bigger than you, believing in a creator that, has ordered every single day of your life and that has a great plan for you. And without that mindset, that's the difference between whether you're going to sink or whether you're going to swim. The Bible says that God knows the thoughts that he has towards us, thoughts of hope to give us an expected end. He says, I knew all your days before you were yet formed in your mother's womb. Either you believe it or you don't. And if you believe that, then lean into that. Allow that to give you the strength that you need to let go of doubt, of limitations, of fear, and run headlong into the deep. Get out there and walk in uncharted territories. Everybody knows the story where Jesus walked on the water. He broke limitations. He went places where people didn't think, he did things that people didn't think were possible. And it was because he believed that he could. It starts here, guys. It starts here. If a man believes he can, he will. If he doesn't, he won't even attempt to. Make sure you find yourself in the right side of that believing. The next one I want to talk about is leveraging the power of experience. Guys, for us that are in our 40s and our 50s and our 60s and our 70s, we are blessed with the asset of experienced. These gray hairs tell you a story that I've been there, that I've experienced a lot of things, and that wisdom has come from experience. Just because we're older doesn't mean we're irrelevant. It means that we are an asset because we bring a wealth of knowledge and experience from, the life lessons that we've learned. So once you begin to take on that mindset and you spin it, remember I said you spin it till you win it, and you spin that way of thinking into a power position, and it's not a false power position. Guys, we have a lot of experience. We have a lot of life lessons to draw from. And there's a lot that we have to offer. You have to have that mindset. Youth is wonderful, but so is experience. And they both have their place. Then be kind to yourself, guys. Number 6, I want to say, be kind to yourself. You're in a new space. You're learning. You don't know it all. And sometimes we can be too hard on ourselves because we don't know it all. Because we feel like, we let too much undue pressure, make us feel like, I need to know it now. I got to be able to conquer this thing now. No. Be kind to yourself. The same way when you were raising that child and teaching them how to ride a bike and they fell off the bike, you said, get on up. You can do this. You encouraged them until they were able to get from one end of the street to the other end of the street. You were right there cheering for them. And you were telling them, it's okay if you fall down. Get back up. Get back up. So Be kind to yourself. Give yourself grace and patience as you're learning, as you're navigating new waters that you've never been in before. Because I assure you that as you navigate, as you learn, you're getting reps in, and you're building strength, and you're building knowledge, and you're building experience. And in a year, you won't be where you are today. So be kind to yourself. And lastly, I want to say surround yourself with support. Life is not always easy, and we are going to face challenges. Make sure that you are around people that can support you. It is a dangerous thing to be isolated and not share anything with anybody. And I'm not saying you just blab everything to everybody, but there are people in your life that you can trust. Use wisdom, pinpoint that individual, or maybe, several individuals. And I'm not talking about a crutch, having somebody that you lean on to, for just anything that comes. But I'm talking about people that are in your corner, that want to see you win, that are cheering for you, that are your cheerleaders, that are your advocates, that you can trust, that you can go to, and they are there because they want to see you win. So make sure you surround yourself with a core group of people that are supportive of you. Guys, and with experience, it takes wisdom to know who those people are, because everybody's not called to that place, but there are some that are there, that are looking to see you win, and will cheer for you all the way through. So when life feels like it's falling apart, when you're in these dark places, understand that it is not, it is just, guys, just like a butterfly. A butterfly has to go into seclusion, and they go into utter darkness for a period of time before they emerge beautiful and transformed into a whole new being. For us, when we're starting over, when we feel like it's the end of the world, when we feel like we're isolated, when we feel like we're in darkness, when we feel like we're all alone, put a new set of eyes on that thing and understand that you are being transformed. There's something on the inside of you that is being worked out of you. Embrace it. Run headlong into the challenge and allow the process to morph you into a beautiful new being. All right, guys, that's all I have today. I hope that helps somebody today see their situation a little differently. I hope that helps you today to take some tools and to understand, wow, that you're already power packed with a lot of assets, and utilize them to serve you.